You're watching Machindo's hometown station, HTV1.
Hello everyone, it's Brett Boyd from the Market House, where we have adjusted our hours to serve the community and keep our community and our associates safe. So now Market House is available to you from 9 until 6 every single day, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. with an exclusive shopping hour for seniors from 9 to 10. And don't forget our text shopping service as well, 517-234-2020. Market House is here for you.
Tired of having everyone know you're coming before you arrive because of your exhaust? If so, then it's time to call the experts at RS Custom Exhaust in Hillsdale. RS Custom Exhaust has all the tools and parts to make your vehicle quiet again. And for you sports car enthusiasts, if you're looking for the roar to be the king of the roads, RS Custom Exhaust can help you too. With free estimates and first-class service, RS Custom Exhaust has your vehicle covered. So stop and see them today, located at 1461 Vera Drive in Hillsdale.
From Machindo's news leader, this is HTV1 News at noon.
Well, the rise in coronavirus numbers that we expected to come from testing is starting to show up as officials say community spread is not the primary concern any longer. Well, good afternoon, Machindo. I'm Scott Pianta. Well, counts are up, but most of them as testing becomes more available. Branch County now shows 66 positive cases and 2 deaths. Hillsdale County, 131 cases and 20 deaths. Lenawee County counts 107 confirmed cases of COVID-19, and the state shows 110. Now, it's unclear where the mismatch is at this time. Lenawee says 49 have recovered, and they now count 2 deaths. They also report 23 probable cases, 7 recovering, and no deaths in the probable category. The Steuben County Health Department counts 43 positive cases, though Indiana's count shows 41. Again, it's not clear where the mismatch is there. It's also not clear where the leap in cases over the past 24 hours came from. Mayor Richard Hickman says it could have been because of the increased testing of employees at local industrial plants. For example, the Miller Poultry plant near Orland was closed yesterday due to lack of testing results after several employees were infected. Now, that plant is reopened once again today. Now, 14 people are believed to have recovered in Steuben County, and 1 has died. Williams County health officials say that there are 30 confirmed cases there, 11 probable cases, and 1 death. In Fulton County, the health department counts 25 confirmed cases, 1 probable case, and no deaths. WTVB says Monday's count from the Lakeland Correctional Facility shows a 15th prisoner has died. Now, that is the first death of the Lakeland prison since last Wednesday, a break in which had been a run of 3 consecutive days in which an inmate had died at the Coldwater Prison. Out of more than 1,400 prisoners, 791 Lakeland inmates have tested positive and 634 negative, with 13 results still pending. 23 in step down and 5 considered to be recovered. 33 staff members have also tested positive. Now, as we told you yesterday, a Lakeland prisoner is currently part of the lawsuit against the Michigan Department of Corrections over their handling of the COVID-19 pandemic, and that the Lakeland warden is named as a defendant. Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer is fond of saying, well, we're not out of the woods yet, and officials at Hillsdale Hospital are echoing that sentiment. Now, in a Facebook Live video on Friday, Infectious Control Officer Randy Holland said that there hasn't been much community spread of the novel coronavirus in Hillsdale County, especially when compared to larger hotspots like Detroit. The hospital says it's a sign that wearing masks, staying home, and social distancing is all paying off. But that only means that those measures should continue. They say that everyone should be still following guidelines from the CDC, the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services, and the local health department. Angola's newest site for coronavirus testing will be open tomorrow. The Herald Republican says it will take place at the National Guard Armory on William Street from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Now, Alicia Vanny with the Steuben County Health Department says that's currently scheduled for Wednesday through Friday. Now, it's open to people with COVID-19 symptoms, people who have been in close contact with a positive diagnosis, and those who live in congruent residential areas. Now, it's free of charge, and you do not need insurance, but you do have, if you do have insurance, you should bring your information along. Now, you'll also need to register ahead of time. You could do that by visiting lhi.care/COVID testing or by calling 888-634-1123. Well, some more good news from the Hillsdale Medical Care Facility. Now, they've announced that they now have enough coronavirus testing supplies for every resident and staff member. The long-term care home said on their Facebook page that they began testing yesterday and will continue until everyone has been tested. Now, while they hope to see all negatives, they do expect a spike in asymptomatic positive results, citing other facilities where increases in testing have tended to relate to an increase in positive cases. Well, so far, the 11 residents of the facility have died due to COVID-19, but a bulk of the outbreak took place early in the pandemic, and the situation seems to have stabilized at the Hillsdale Nursing Home. The MCF wants everyone to know that they're pulling out all the stops to slow the spread of the virus. Now, those tests were brought into the facility in conjunction with the Branch Hillsdale St. Joseph Community Health Agency. The latest cancellation to come out of the pandemic is the City of Coldwater's Memorial Day events. The city announced on their Facebook over the weekend that the River Run Through Time, the Memorial Day Parade, and the Memorial Day Cemetery ceremonies have all been canceled. But it's not a total loss. The city notes that the radio station WTVB will be hosting a broadcast Memorial Day ceremony, and they encourage the public to tune in. A big concern in Indiana as the pandemic took hold was what to do about the sandbars that are popular gathering spots on local lakes. Now the state says that as long as everyone obeys social distancing rules, well, the sandbars are open. According to the Herald-Republican, the DNR's Marty Benson says boating on lakes, including their sandbars, is permitted with proper social distancing. Gatherings still must be limited to 25 people through May 25th as the Hoosier State rolls out its new phased reopening plan. All of that said, local governments are allowed to implement tighter restrictions, and Steuben County officials have been planning to discuss the Lake James Sandbar in the near future. Now, that site is a popular location where nearly 1,000 people get together on summer weekends. Local officials are currently interpreting the state's social gathering limits to apply to all sandbars, meaning larger groups will still be prohibited until July 4th, when gathering limits are lifted entirely. Well, after the break, a local mayor says some of his recent comments were misunderstood, but he stands by his message. And a fugitive from a parole was tracked down by a K-9 unit over the weekend. You're watching HTV1 News at noon.
There's a reason that professionals shop at Jonesville Lumber. They expect quality, service, and knowledge. And that's exactly what they receive. For nearly 100 years, Jonesville Lumber has been family-owned. We take pride in serving our area with great products at competitive prices. We have dedicated project estimators in-house that will help figure the materials needed to complete your next task at hand. Whether you're building your dream home, adding a pole barn, building a deck, updating your kitchen, or painting your front door, let Jonesville Lumber help you with your next project.
Authentic Mexican food is just a short drive away at El Cerrito in Coldwater and Hillsdale. The variety-packed menu has something for everyone, with classic Mexican dishes, El Cerrito specialties, and tasty treats for dessert. Don't forget the best margaritas in town with margarita specials Friday and Saturday. And carry-out ordering is great for work lunches or picking up dinner for the family. Make your next meal a fiesta for your taste buds at El Cerrito on Chicago Street in downtown Coldwater and Carlton Road in Hillsdale.
Well, Hillsdale Mayor Adam Stockford is standing by his statements, but putting them in context when it comes to allowing businesses to reopen in his city. Speaking to WLNS, the mayor says he believes universal rights do not change no matter what the law says, and universally speaking, people have the right to apply their trade, feed their family, and do whatever is necessary to achieve those goals. The mayor had previously posted on Facebook that he would support and protect any businesses in Hillsdale that decides to open their doors to the public despite Governor Gretchen Whitmer's executive orders remaining in effect. He reiterated that promise in an interview, saying that if it comes to a showdown with the state, the city will cross that bridge when they come to it. But he sincerely believes that there are tools in place that would allow the city to actively protect those businesses. At that same time, Stockford says he does support the governor and he doesn't want this to become a power struggle between the city and the state. He believes his original post was misunderstood and he's not encouraging anyone to be reckless in the midst of the coronavirus pandemic. Now, Stockford says that while it's independent, Hillsdale is a responsible community and it's up to businesses and individuals to make their own choices. Also in Hillsdale, it's looking even more like the city's ongoing airport overhaul could be funded by the federal money. According to the Daily News, City Manager David Mackey says additional emergency response funding for the COVID-19 pandemic could be used to cover the city's responsibility for funding the relocation and expansion of fuel tanks at Hillsdale Municipal Airport. Well, that part of the renovation was already planned to begin this fall, with the federal government covering 90% of the cost, the state of Michigan covering 5% of the cost, and the city covering the remaining 5%. But emergency funding through the FAA could amount to the city's percentage of about $29,500. That project will allow the final segments of the airport's new parallel taxiway to be completed. A Hillsdale County accident left one man injured after two vehicles narrowly collided over the weekend. WTVB says it happened around 5 p.m. Sunday on Long Lake Road near Potes Road in Camden Township. Well, 53-year-old Emery Hartman of Montgomery was headed north, while 30-year-old Luke Gilbert of Hillsdale was headed south. The two vehicles were passing each other when their side view mirrors collided, resulting in a crash. And Gilbert was taken to Hillsdale Hospital with unknown injuries. Well, not much else was reported about the details, and that incident remains under investigation. And a K-9 unit from the Williams County Sheriff's Office found a fugitive over the weekend. The Bryan Times says K-9 officer Ruin was called to County Road 19 in the Stryker area late Sunday morning. The resident had called 911 reporting that someone was, quote, having issues. According to the incident report, the subject fled southeast on foot as soon as she heard sirens. The K-9 and his handler tracked down 35-year-old Catherine Sloan Lucas of Bryan to a nearby shed. Sloan Lucas was arrested on a felony warrant for parole violation, and two Bryan municipal warrants were for failure to appear. She was booked at the Correction Center of Northwest Ohio. Well, still ahead at noon, a Flint security guard is dead. His killer still on the loose. And cars are fun, but one 5-year-old has learned, well, you don't have to wait to drive. We'll be right back after this.
The Saucy Dogs is the name and barbecue is the game. Come on down for a good time and some great food. At Saucy Dogs, try our barbecue nachos or our tasty ribs. We'll have you howling for more. Saucy Dogs, downtown Jonesville.
Does your vehicle sound like a tractor putting down the road? Then you need to see the experts at RS Custom Exhaust in Hillsdale. They will give you a free estimate along with first-class customer service. They custom make any exhaust needed for your vehicle. Stop and see them today, located at 1461 Vera Drive in Hillsdale.
Hello everyone, it's Brett Boyd from the Market House, where we have adjusted our hours to serve the community and keep our community and our associates safe. So now Market House is available to you from 9 until 6 every single day, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. with an exclusive shopping hour for seniors from 9 to 10. And don't forget our tech shopping service as well, 517-234-2020. Market House is here for you.
Well, 3 family members have been charged in the killing of a security guard who told a customer at a Michigan Family Dollar store to wear a state-mandated face mask. Calvin Merlin, 43, died at Flint Hospital after he was shot in the head Friday. Ramonier Trevon Bishop, 23, and Larry Edward Teague, 44, as well as Shamerl Lachey Teague, 45, have been charged with first-degree premeditated murder, along with other charges, in a statement by the Genesee County Prosecutor's Office. Merlin got into a verbal altercation with Shamerl Teague after telling Teague's daughter she needed a mask, according to the prosecutor's office. Now, surveillance video confirms that incident. Under the executive order from Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer, all retail employees and customers have to wear a mask. Footage also shows that immediately after the altercation, the woman left in the SUV, but about 20 minutes later, the SUV returned. Two men identified as Bishop and Larry Teague entered the store, according to the statement. One of them yelled at Merlin about disrespecting his wife. The other man, later identified as Bishop, then allegedly shot the security guard. Police are looking for Larry Teague and Bishop. Now, Shamerl Teague is in custody and awaiting arraignment on her charges in the 67th District Court and faces a felony firearm charge. In addition to murder charge, Bishop also faces charges of felony firearm and carrying a concealed weapon. Larry Teague faces 2 felony firearm-related charges, 1 charge of a felon in possession of a firearm, 1 charge of carrying a concealed weapon, and 1 of violating the governor's executive orders, according to the prosecutor's office. Well, a 5-year-old boy with $3 in his pocket was pulled over by Utah police while driving his parents' car to California to buy a Lamborghini. Well, check this out. Utah Highway Patrol said on Twitter the boy left in the US SUV after arguing with his mother, who said she would not buy the luxury car for him. A trooper spotted the vehicle weaving on Interstate 15 at 30 miles an hour. Troopers told KSL-TV that they initially thought the boy was an impaired driver. And when the trooper asked how old he was, he replied, well, he was 5. Trooper Morgan told KSL-TV that he had to help the child get the SUV into park because he was sitting on the front edge of the seat so that he could reach the brake pedal to keep the car stopped while I was standing there. Once he was pulled over, the child told the trooper that he intended to drive to California to purchase a Lamborghini for himself and that he had $3. The starting price for a new Lamborghini, if you're wondering, is around $200,000. Well, Trooper Morgan says no one was hurt, and it'll be up to the local prosecutors to decide whether to file charges against the parents who had left the boy in his siblings' care while they were away from home. Well, only one NFL coach who can claim a perfect season has passed away. A tribute to Don Shula after this.
El Cerrito's variety-packed menu has something for everyone. With generous servings and lots of flavor, you'll think of it as a fiesta for your taste buds. Dine in or carry out at El Cerrito on Chicago Street in downtown Coldwater and Carlton Road in Hillsdale.
There's a reason that professionals shop at Jonesville Lumber. They expect quality, service, and knowledge. And that's exactly what they receive. For nearly 100 years, Jonesville Lumber has been family-owned. We take pride in serving our area with great products at competitive prices. We have dedicated project estimators in-house that will help figure the materials needed to complete your next task at hand. Whether you're building your dream home, adding a pole barn, building a deck, updating your kitchen, or painting your front door, let Jonesville Lumber help you with your next project.
The Saucy Dogs is the name and barbecue is the game. Come on down for a good time and some great food. At Saucy Dogs, try our barbecue nachos or our tasty ribs. We'll have you howling for more. Saucy Dogs, downtown Jonesville.
Well, Don Shula, the longtime Miami Dolphins coach and architect of the only perfect season in NFL history, has died at his South Florida home Monday morning, according to the team. He was 90. Don Shula was the patriarch of the Miami Dolphins for 50 years, the team said in a statement. He brought the winning edge to our franchise and put the Dolphins and the city of Miami in the national sports scene. They are calling Shula one of the greatest coaches and contributors in the game. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodall said in the coach's legacy will endure in generations. Though he spent several seasons in the NFL as a player for the Cleveland Browns, Baltimore Colts, and Washington Redskins, he served as head coach for the Colts. He is best known for his quarter century at the helm of the Dolphins. During his time coaching at Miami from 1970 to 1995, he won back-to-back Super Bowls in the 70s. The first of those after the 1972 season set a bar that has yet to be reached by any other team, with the Dolphins' 14-7 win over the Redskins in Super Bowl VII. Shula's squad became the first and only team to go undefeated in a season. Now, the Dolphins defended their title the following year, beating the Minnesota Vikings in Super Bowl VIII after finishing the regular season 12-2. In all of Shula's times coaching the Dolphins, there were only 2 seasons in which Miami failed to break the 500 mark, making Shula the winningest coach in NFL history, a title he still holds today. Well, those are today's top stories. We'll see you right back here tomorrow for HTV1 News at noon. Don't forget, find more news in our live stream broadcast on 24/7 at htv1.net. For all of us here at HTV1, I'm Scott Pienta, and enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Have a great day.
Tired of having everyone know you're coming before you arrive because of your exhaust? If so, then it's time to call the experts at RS Custom Exhaust in Hillsdale. RS Custom Exhaust has all the tools and parts to make your vehicle quiet again. And for you sports car enthusiasts, if you're looking for the roar to be the king of the roads, RS Custom Exhaust can help you too. With free estimates and first-class service, RS Custom Exhaust has your vehicle covered. So stop and see them today, located at 1461 Vera Drive in Hillsdale.
Hello everyone, it's Brett Boyd from the Market House, where we have adjusted our hours to serve the community and keep our community and our associates safe. So now Market House is available to you from 9 until 6 every single day, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. with an exclusive shopping hour for seniors from 9 to 10. And don't forget our tech shopping service as well, 517-234-2020. Market House is here for you.